British TV host, producer, and motorcycle fanatic Henry Cole is known for his daring personality and strong link to old cars, especially motorcycles. He has been a TV host for many years and is best known for shows like The Motorbike Show, Find It, Fix It, Flog It, and World's Greatest Motorcycle Rides, which mix his love of travel, rebuilding, and British engineering. He might look like the perfect example of success right now, but his journey wasn't easy. Come with us as we reveal the truth about what happened to Henry Cole. Henry was born in 1964 into a British family with a lot of friends. His childhood was spent in Norfolk, England, in a big Victorian rectory with his parents. It was a typical strict, stiff upper lip home. His father, who used to be a major in the army, was known for being strict and absent. His mother, on the other hand, was a quiet but helpful figure. Henry comes from a long line of politicians. His grandfather was the British Prime Minister William Ewart Gladstone. This gives him an even more interesting past. Since Henry came from a wealthy family, he was expected to follow a more traditional road. He might have joined the army and then looked for work in the city. But fate led him down a different path, and Uncle Redbeard played a big role in that. Henry first met his great-uncle's collection of old British motorbikes when he took Henry and his family to visit his huge home in Liverpool. He called Henry over to his shed when he saw him in the yard. Inside, there was an amazing collection of old bikes. The unique smell of oil and leather, along with the mysterious allure of these machines, made a big impact on him. For 12-year-old Henry, those bikes were so interesting to look at, hear, and even touch, and he was hooked after that. After that, Henry became even more interested in bikes. He would ride his grifter bike to the shop in the town and buy motorcycle magazines, which he would then devour. Even though he came from a wealthy family and wore corduroy pants and parted his hair in the middle, he was drawn to the rough and tumble world of bikers. People who have long hair, dirty hands, and a strong excitement smell. Years went by before he actually rode a motorbike for the first time. Someone let me take a 250-key Honda single-cylinder engine from their shed. Even though he had never done it before, he eagerly took the offer to try it. He struggled to get the bike going without much help and then quickly guided it straight into a hedge. A memorable, if rough, start to his bike trip. This accident didn't stop him, though. As a result, he fell in love with bikes and has never looked back. After bikes, Henry thought that working in show business was his calling. At first, he was interested in the thrill of movies and TV shows, but soon he started using drugs as part of his lifestyle. Between the ages of 19 and 24, he had the most trouble with drugs. At one point, his drug use got so bad that he couldn't keep up with it. It cost him about £250 a day, which he paid for with overdrafts and whatever money he could get from his small business. During this dark time, he became very alone and had things sent right to his door by dispatch workers, which cost him almost £7,000 a year. He also had to deal with financial problems. In the end, he didn't pay his mortgage, so his things were taken away by the bank. Aside from Matt and Luke Goss from the pop band Bros, who lived nearby, Henry's friends and family stopped coming over. His problems even got the attention of the media. One newspaper famously called him Heroin Henry and said he used drugs, which was a very painful and difficult time for him. But his family, especially his parents, were always there for him, even through these hard times. Wanting to change his life for the better, he put his drive into his job and eventually went back to working in TV, which was very important to his recovery. He is known to have spent almost £500,000 on treatment alone, on top of the huge personal costs of his addiction. Henry has been sober for more than 30 years now and is happy to talk about his past to help others. After a tough time in his work, Henry's move into TV was a mix of determination, flexibility, and an eagerness to try new things. He first tried his hand in movies with Mad Dogs and Englishmen in 1995. The movie, which starred Elizabeth Hurley, got bad reviews and didn't do well at the box office. He could have lost his job because of this setback, but it turned out to be a turning point. Henry suggested Stars and Cars, a show that would feature famous people and classic cars, when he met a Channel 5 producer by chance. Let me tell you something, Carlisle's. That was the first one we went for. Yes, it does look good too, but it's actually a lot better made than the 993. I'll take your word for it. Of course it is. No doubt about it. The executive wasn't sure about Henry as the host, but they let him make a Christmas show as a test. The episode got good reviews, which led to the show running for 5 years. Henry's early work in Stars and Cars set the stage for his shows about motorcycles. After making a few shows about cars, he was able to sell the idea for World's Greatest Motorcycle Rides, a show that followed him on epic trips along famous roads like Route 66 in the United States. He was able to combine his love of bikes and TV on the show, which was something he thought was impossible before. Once Henry's life was back on track, he decided to settle down for good. He soon met Jane, and the two of them got married. These days, they live in the beautiful Cotswolds in England. They have 2 kids, Charlie and Tom, who are very important to them. Even though Henry is well known, he tries to keep his personal life quiet, telling the public very little about his family. Jane helps Henry with all of his projects, but she doesn't show up on many of his shows. The couple seems to value their privacy. A dog named Jellybean is also part of their family. Henry has said that he loves sharing his hobbies with his kids, like riding motorcycles and doing things outside. Fans understand that Henry doesn't want people who aren't interested in his family to be interested in them, even though there aren't many pictures of his family on social media. Henry made news in 2013 when, at the Bonneville Salt Flats, he broke the world land speed record for a 750 km motorbike made before 1955. Henry was riding a 1927 Brie Superior and went faster than 100 mph. The tank slapper happened at high speed, making him feel a mix of fear and excitement as he tried to stay in control. The experience was thrilling and intense. His love of riding and adventure came together in this record-breaking event, which shows that he thinks every ride can be an adventure, no matter how far it is. Henry's path to reaching this goal shows not only how good a rider he is, but also how much he loves biking and the adventures that come with it. Henry tries to spread bike culture now, but he does so with a focus on safety rather than thrill. The biker has recently become a big part of a safety program in Devon and Cornwall that aims to lower the number of motorcycle accidents. As part of the Vision Zero Southwest plan, the ad brings attention to the very real dangers of riding a motorcycle. He read a letter to his mother from a motorcyclist who had been in an accident in Cornwall in the campaign film. "To my mom, this has always been a tough one for me, but here it is. I'm truly sorry. I was a very different person when I crashed." The letter emphasizes the rider's regret for taking unnecessary risks and not wearing the right safety gear, showing how taking the right safety measures could have changed the result. Henry strongly supported the idea and stressed how important it was to make people aware of what happens when people ride their bikes unsafely. Henry has an amazing net worth, thought to be around £2 million, which isn't a surprise given all he has done. His wealth comes mostly from his long work in TV, which includes hosting roles on popular shows. Henry makes money from producing different shows, which brings in money from both local and foreign syndication as the head of HCA Entertainment. Henry is known for his work on TV, but his motorbike company, Gladstone Motorcycles, is also known for making limited edition British bikes. He started this project as a tribute to his great-grandfather Gladstone. Gladstone Motorcycles only serves a small group of people, but it makes Cole more well-known in the motorcycle world and raises the status of his other businesses. Henry's passion projects and business ventures, especially in the bespoke motorcycle market, are based on his personal interests rather than the desire to make a lot of money. He stays pretty grounded by investing in vintage motorcycles and useful items that show how much he values craftsmanship and tradition. Henry has also written books about his life and his love of motorcycles. These include A Biker's Life and The Life-Changing Magic of Sheds. These books, written in the style of memoirs, give an honest account of his trip. His honest stories have struck a chord with readers, which has led to business success and given him another way to make money. Henry's life really does show how to be strong, as he turned personal problems into a memory that inspires others.